guys, today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going on a food tour here in Bangkok, Thailand, in Chinatown, and we're going with the roaming cook, also known as Gary Butler. Gary is a street food expert here in Thailand. So we're really excited to try some new foods and just have a lot of fun on a rather steamy day. First, we've got to make our way over to Chinatown, and we will not be bringing our own durian, let me tell you. We have arrived at Wat Mang Kon Station. Bangkok really has a fantastic system of public transportation, and we've made it basically over here to Chinatown all on trains. We took both the BTS SkyTrain and this sort of subway called the MTS. Very clean, very safe, a great way to travel. Aha! Welcome to Chinatown. Something you don't see often in Bangkok. I've never actually seen a thief here, or at least I've never seen a theft, but apparently it happens. And I should add, we'll also be joined here on the food tour by our old friends Mike and Angela of Around the World We Go and their son Carlton, all of whom I've known for about 30 years. Well, except for Carlton, because he's not quite 30 years old. I knew him before he was born. So here's a quick look at the scene in Chinatown. It's currently late afternoon, around 5 p.m. And I love this time of day. The weather begins to cool just a bit, and the street vendors begin to set up shop. It's always something interesting to see and do here on the streets of Bangkok, and that's especially true in Chinatown. You can always go shopping, you can always find great food, great drink, and just wonderful people watching. We have a lot of YouTubers roaming the streets of Chinatown, and your channel
is Ship and Dev.
Ship and Dev, all right. Long honeymoon, Ship and Dev, we meet. Hey, and the roaming cook.
Man, this is like a convergence of YouTubers.
It's YouTube Town.
YouTube Town. Good to see you, man.
How you doing? All right, sorry.
Good to see you. All right. And the roaming cook has joined the party.
These are the two main streets in Chinatown. This was actually the first ever road in Thailand, actually. But like with every sort of tourist place, not necessarily the best food on the actual main street. So I'm going to take you to a few different spots, some of my favourite back alley spots. Then we will go to the main street, we'll eat something there, and then I'm going to take you over to another part of town. And we're going to get something special over there.
Awesome.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Where are you staying?
So we're also being joined by a local Thai guide who's going to accompany us through Chinatown.
Yeah, I'm from this area, and I'm a friend of Gary. Nice to meet you guys, and we're going to have fun today.
It was a curry shop. I was coming here a lot before Netflix. And it used to be just here, and they used to call it musical chairs. Because there was too many people for the amount of chairs. The government have obviously told them they can't be here anymore. So they've moved around the corner. But they were always around the corner. That's where they cooked it, and they used to bring it down here on like a wheelbarrow, which is where I first saw it. Because usually when you go to curry rice shops, it's cold. So you get it, unless you go there first thing in the morning when they've cooked it, right? It's just cold, room temperature. Whereas this place, because they were so busy, they're continuously bringing them down on wheelbarrows, so they're always hot. So I was like, wow, this place must be good. So I thought I'd discovered it, and then I realised it's really famous. This was before Netflix, that made it ultra famous. But,
oh wow.
So but I didn't come here for about 3 years, or something like that. And then the first time I walked back in, the guy was just like, oh, usual, and same again.
First up, we're gonna stop at a pretty famous curry shop here in Chinatown that apparently has gotten a lot of exposure on Netflix.
It's a common misconception, especially with like foreigners. When we cook, we think we have to like make everything from scratch to make it authentic. Whereas most people just go down to see Auntie at the market who's been making paste for 60 years. And if you need them on mash, you're just gonna say, look, we're gonna take this much. We need more lemongrass or less. Do you know what I mean? And they'll make it to order. But mainly, you just go down and buy your paste. But these guys actually make it from scratch, so they get extra points for that. Whether you can taste it or not is a different story. But the one curry we're going to be getting, which is this one.
What's the name of this curry?
Kali Mo. Mo is pork. Kali means like alludes to the fact that it's got curry powder in it. Geng is Geng Kali Mo, so curry mo. curry pork.
Curry mo.
You can maybe judge a restaurant by the amount of occupied tables and customers who are intently consuming their dinner.
Especially if you're ordering it like at a hotel or maybe not a hotel, but say you're just in like a normal restaurant, they're generally going to be especially in the West, they're just going to be whipping it up with like some shop bought paste, as I'm saying, some like coconut milk out the tin usually, which is nothing wrong with that, but and some protein like chicken breast, and it's going to be like a 5-minute curry. Whereas here they're cooking it with chicken on the bone, so when you obviously stew chicken on the bone, it releases all the juices, so you're getting kind of like a stock with it as well. So it looks really like weak and insipid, but actually it's packed full of flavour. And green curry is gan kiao wan, which means sweet green curry, but it's not sweet. It's less sweet than other curries, and it's hotter than other curries. So some people say the sweet bit alludes to the fact that it's like light green, so it looks sweet, not like. They don't mean it like sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sweetness, but it's not as sweet as like massaman.
Massaman's sweet.
Sweet, yeah, like Penang sweet. So, common carb. We've also got some. It's really hot. No, don't take some photos.
Here.
We've also got some Chinese sausage, so cured Chinese sausage, gongjiang. Call it like Chinese chorizo, Chinese salami. It's probably like the original cured sausage. Like everything from China is the original, right? So, well, not these days, but you know what I mean.
That's for Carlton.
You said you tried?
Carlton said he eats everything.
The only difference between a red and a green curry is green uses fresh green chilies and a red will use dried red chilies. That's the only difference. You never use fresh red chilies for some reason in like a red curry. You would in a southern curry, but not in a red curry. This would be near enough the same paste, but it's got pounded peanuts in, kind of like a Penang. It almost tastes like satay. And it's thick, it's quite heavy on the fish sauce, and there's a vegetable in there, and if you can tell me what it is, I'll give you a prize. I mean, you wouldn't want to sit in this garden.
There's melon in there?
Winter melon.
Okay.
And you wouldn't want to sit in the garden in the summertime like, eating one, but...
I really
So
like
it's like a real
this.
vegetable, right?
This is a kind of dish that I would order, that I would typically go for. I love curries.
It's really...
It's got a really nice flavor, and it's got.
Cream, you got
If
that
it doesn't
peanuts,
set
you
your
got
mouth
that-
on fire,
No, they're quite mild. You got that nice mouthfeel from the peanuts as well. Thick and
Sausage is really good too.
Yeah. So usually the sausage is too sweet for me, but when you deep fry it for some reason, it sort of takes that sweetness away. But
very nice dish.
What is this? Is it
It's
liver?
blood.
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 I thought it was liver for about a year. So traditionally in central Thailand, they would eat with rice noodles, not with rice. And now, obviously, everyone eats it with rice.
It's funny because that doesn't look like any green curry I've ever had.
No,
you know what I
right?
mean? Like, it's
And
totally
you can
different.
see, you can see they've made the paste themselves because it's like, it's not.
Sort of gritty.
Homemade paste. That's got more kick to it, like
Yeah,
more
exactly right.
spice.
So
Yeah.
it should be called. So red curry is geng pet, which means spicy curry, right? Mm-hmm. Doesn't make sense. This should be called spicy curry.
Right, yeah. Basically, these curries cost 45 to 50 baht each, depending on if you get the sausage, which comes out to $1.50 basically.
We do have a little bit of leftover blood.
So we just had a couple of delicious curries here at this little restaurant. I'm honestly not quite sure the name of the restaurant. Maybe it's J-E-K Pui Curry. One was a green curry, it's quite spicy. The other curry, I'm not sure what it was called exactly, but it was a little bit less spicy. Both delicious. My preference was the green curry, which was honestly unlike any other green curry I've ever had before. And I think part of it has to do that restaurant actually makes their curry paste fresh there at the restaurant, which apparently is somewhat unusual. It didn't really look like any green curry I'd ever had. And it was served with noodles. Now my preference would probably be serving that curry with rice, but overall both were delicious. It's always just a lot of fun to stroll the streets of Chinatown, and often a wise idea to pick up a cold beverage when you're eating hot curry. Good shot. Bangkok is so much fun because of the cacophony of noise, sights, smells. Your senses are bombarded. And honestly, the roar of the tuk-tuk engines, the motorbikes, it's all really part of the fun. I know that someday all of these vehicles are going to be electric, but I gotta admit, something will be lost in the process. We gotta enjoy these internal combustion engines while they last.
The street food is not only delicious cuisine, expertly prepared at a wonderful price, it's just quite the show. It's a lot of fun to just watch the process out in the open. And these are truly talented artisans who take a lot of pride in their craft.
This is the real deal, my friends. So much fun. People here are so friendly. The food so tasty. You can see that this particular location has been recognized by Michelin.
แล้วก็อบสองนะครับ
ผม
หนังที่คะ
It's amazing that they don't sell these, especially in, like, say England or America, right? Because we have pad see ew usually, pad kimao, which are drunken noodles, pad thai, all with a lot of ingredients. Whereas these, the only ingredients we've got in these, so we've got marinated chicken thigh.
Okay.
Right? There's a mix of thigh and breast here. So that's just marinated with a bit of soy sauce and some rice flour to keep the juices in. And then we've got manmu, which is lard, pork fat.
Okay.
Spring onions, and a little bit of soy sauce. That's it. Served on a bed of lettuce. It sounds really, really bland, but with the high charcoal heat, you're getting that wok's breath, or like a gata hom. And then she's gonna, when she cracks the egg in, kuah means, they're called kuah gai, which means kwetiao kuah gai. Translates to pan-fried chicken noodles, but kuah is to, like, in this case, dry fry something, or like fry it till dry. But she's also kuah-ing the egg, which is scrambling, but it's gonna turn it almost like a pancake. So if I didn't tell you they were noodles and you didn't see her cooking them, I just told you it was a pancake, you'd probably believe it was a pancake. Wow. So it's really interesting. And then we're gonna pimp that up ourselves with some chili vinegar and soy sauce and whatnot. So we're getting one with the scrambled egg and one with, she's just going to crack a raw egg on it and then put the lid on it and steam the egg. So then you get, when it breaks, you get like the richness. Okay. But my wife's favourite noodles in Bangkok are this stall. So nice. She'll be pissed if she watches this and finds out I didn't bring it back for her.
Something I really love about Thai street food is that you can just watch it being prepared right in front of you. It is truly an entertaining show. I mean, it's like you are in an open air kitchen. And again, a lot of these people have been doing this for many, many years, and they truly take great pride in what they do. Okay, is this the noodles?
Yeah, this is ob is to
Oh, yeah.
roast or steam. So whereas that one's got the egg scrambled in, this one, once we crack this egg in, we're gonna have. Thank you. We're gonna crack this in, and you're gonna get all that richness from the egg yolk onto the noodles. So you get like ice, just like you've already got the richness coming from the pork fat, the lard, and then you're gonna get this extra level of richness from this. Some people don't like this because of the sort of, it's not raw, the egg's been steamed, but
I like eggs cooked to that
yeah,
consistency. Yeah,
you'll
that's
like
the
this
way I
one then.
like 'em.
You'll like this one. Go in with a
Really good.
Try it though, try it. Try it with a crispy bit on it. Oh, I'll get a crispy thing.
So I've ordered two of these.
It's not like any noodle I've ever
No,
had.
no,
I mean,
it's so unique. And someone went into a rice soup shop, a cow bomb shop, right, and just wanted noodles, and they didn't really have anything because they don't sell noodles, so they just chucked this together with what they had left for the rice soup, which is why you got the spring onion and the coriander, and that's all they had. So they just fried in some noodles.
It's almost like a happy accident.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
just what they
yeah.
had. So this is an amazing dish, not like any noodle I have ever had in my life. You would not look at that and think that that is a noodle. But just the overall texture and flavors are just fantastic. These were absolutely delicious noodle pancakes with runny egg. Good stuff.
it's just after 6 p.m. here in Bangkok. This is a really magical time of day to me. We've got 10 to 15 minutes of actual sunlight left, and the weather is cooling. You can just sort of feel the nighttime energy in the city beginning to accelerate. And we've had two fantastic stops on our food tour with Gary. The first being the curry restaurant, which apparently is a very famous restaurant. The second, really some of the best noodles I've ever had in my life. They were like noodle pancakes, and it was just a lot of fun to watch them being prepared right there in the street. But believe me, the flavor was even better. And you know, once again, those noodle pancakes were an incredible deal. 50 baht with 1 egg on the pancakes. If you double up with 2 eggs, you'd pay 60 baht. So basically between $1.50 and $2. And the food was just absolutely delicious. You know, back home in the United States, there are a lot of restaurants that will make a big to-do about being farm to table and using fresh organic ingredients. And it's kind of funny to me because here in Thailand, when you go out to the streets and have street food, you're getting farm to table. You're getting fresh organic ingredients. It's just the way they do things here. In fact, most of these restaurants source their ingredients locally from local markets. And trust me, nothing is processed or is sitting under a heat lamp. It's all cooked fresh right before your eyes. One of the great upsides of going on a food tour with Gary here in Bangkok is that you learn so much about the dishes that you're eating and enjoying. And also, these are obviously walking food tours. It's a lot of fun just to walk from restaurant to restaurant. And frankly, I would never be able to navigate these streets by myself to these different places because I just wouldn't know where to go.
mix the pork with rice, hang it for a couple of days, slightly ferment. These aren't too fermented, they're slightly fermented. Lots of fat, lots of garlic, and they're grilling theirs over, like traditionally over coal. Most people just do it over. See them outside shopping malls, it's just like
Right.
electric grills, which are great, but I mean...
So this is Northeast pork sausage.
So this is a Northeast pork sausage. These are known as the pearls of Isan.
I was going to say like Chinese donuts. Youtiao is what they're called in China, if I'm saying that properly. And you can have them sweet. So the actual dough's not sweet, it's just dough. And it's fried, but the sauces are sweet. So this is a dessert, but you can also have it on rice soup or congee. That's quite popular. And in Vietnam, you'll see it, they've got long ones, they have them in pho. So they have them on top of their noodle soups. It's a breakfast thing usually, but that guy who's making the dough there, he owns both of these, right?
Okay.
But everyone always queues at that one. So they just fry them there, but this one they fry and grill. And one time I said to someone in that queue, I said, why are you queuing there? Why don't you just eat these ones? And he was like, oh, well, because if you don't know, it's all about the sauce here. They're famous for this sauce, blah, blah, blah. As he was saying it, this guy walked over there, picked up all the sauce from the other shop and walked back.
Same sauce, yeah.
It's the same guy. He owns both. Now he's got the Michelin written here, but before it was just the Michelin man on top. So,
Right.
and now they've got loads of cafes all around the place. But yeah,
So this is basically a donut that has been not only fried, but grilled.
right, which is basically, it's not like our custard, it's
That's Thai custard, huh?
condensed milk, rice flour, sugar basically. But what's making it green is a leaf called bai or pandan. So pandan they use in Asia. We call it, the nickname for it's Asian vanilla, because they use it in all cakes. Like we use vanilla in all cakes. So someone said to me, what does it like, describe the taste? I was like, describe the taste of vanilla if you haven't had vanilla before. It's like, let me get you this. It just looks like big long grass. They actually use it, you can use it sweet or savoury. So it's got, you'll taste it, it's got a very distinct taste. But you'll see it rolled up in, you look in a soup pot.
So these were both fried and grilled, right?
Yeah. So they're just, everywhere they're just fried, but he decided to open this grill shop as well, which for some reason isn't as popular, but I don't think he cares because he's taking the money from both.
Right.
And I think it was a good way of like,
Yeah.
yeah?
So these are delicious. There you go. Yeah, like a Thai beignet. But fried and grilled. I think that's pretty unique. These are great. We just stepped into a 7-Eleven to grab a cold beverage. 7-Elevens are really a welcome oasis. They are everywhere in Thailand, pretty much on every street. And it always feels so nice inside, and you can find just about anything you need any time of day. Been a lot of people in these. It's fun. This is the fun way to travel. One tuk-tuk ride later, we have arrived. Kap Kum Kap.
Tuk-tuks are a fantastic way to get around Bangkok. It's not the most economical. It's frankly cheaper to take a taxi. It's a lot cheaper to take a motorbike. But tuk-tuks are just great fun, and you do get places pretty quickly. Man, this place smells great. Smell that? Something smells good.
You can see that Gary is well known in these parts. I have to say, this place smells amazing. I mean, from the moment we cross to this side of the street,
I still stick with the sign.
the aroma
But sometimes if I have a wonderful time, I'm going to work for
was obvious. So apparently we're going to a pad thai place, but it is a very unique pad thai place.
I've been going this guy for 7 years. He's just an absolute legend. This is called Pad Thai Nadok Dayak, which kind of, I think, like straight, like from hell Pad Thai.
Straight from hell. Straight from hell.
So you'll see the flames in a sec.
Okay.
And he's just got this. It's like a military style operation. He's got this down to a T. But you see the see the size of the prawns there.
Yeah.
They're coming fresh every day from the market behind us, which come up fresh every day from Maha Chai, which is the biggest seafood market and processing plant in Thailand. So super fresh. They're in a little tamarind sauce. Then we've got the homemade pad thai sauce there, which I can't tell you exactly what's in it here because he'll kill me. That's wrapped in an egg basket, which they make earlier. But this is the piece de resistance. So dried shrimp, like we would have in the salads here, right?
Okay.
When you have them in som tam, they're like quite chewy. They use them for like we use bacon in a salad, right? But he deep fries them with shallots. And it's just like a crispy, savoury hit, like you wouldn't believe. Serves that on a steaming kataron, so hot plate, with a fried egg. So we've got 3 different types of egg, that you can see in there. Tofu, shallots, English name escapes me, chives, Chinese chives, and bean sprouts. And shredded sweet potato. We've got some bawan, which are sweet, salted anchovies. Not my favourite thing in the world. I prefer just normal anchovies, but they like things sweet in Thailand. We've got some green mango, which is really traditional with pad thai, which you don't see too much anymore. You've got that crispy, deep fried shrimp.
So there's not much left of the so-called pad thai from hell. We found this to be quite delicious. It was really unlike any pad thai that I've ever had before. Not only just the different flavors, but different textures. There was not only peanuts in it, but also cashews and delicious prawns and all the good stuff that goes into pad thai. Fresh egg and these, I guess, dried shrimps. And the end result is just a pad thai unlike any you've ever had. And it was really nice. I mean, it's hard for me to pick favorites, but certainly one of my favorite dishes of the night. And of course, it's just such fun to even watch it being prepared.
Really amazing, really great. Best pad thai. Kap Kum Kap. Best pad thai in Bangkok.
So lime juice, fish sauce, palm sugar, tamarind, spring onions, coriander, or cilantro for you guys, and dried red chilies. Pachi farang, which is sawtooth coriander, which I believe you call culantro if you're in Mexico. So we've got mincemeat, toasted rice. So this rice, sticky rice, before you cook it, before you steam it, so you just get raw sticky rice and you toast it in a pan for about 15-20 minutes till it goes golden brown. Then you grind it up. It smells like popcorn, but it gives you like a nice bit of texture, nice bit of flavour, really nice smell, and you can thicken up soups and stuff with it. For this, it's just for texture. lime juice, fish sauce, and probably a bit of MSG. But a common theme will be the lime juice, the fish sauce, the palm sugar. It just keeps going and going and going.
So here we're having larb, which is minced meat, mint, sort of stuff. Dipping sauce. We also have some pork neck.
Looking for the green papayas, fucking hours, and I'd buy one for like $20, and they make a salad and be like, yeah. I mean, it's all right if it's $1 in Thailand, but this is. Then I had it with sweet corn, and I was like, fuck me, I can get sweet corn anywhere. This is great. Then I had it with cucumber, and it just blew my mind. So as a kid, I used to walk around like supermarkets, like Walmart, and just eat cucumbers. And then like my mum or dad would have to pay for however many cucumbers to eat on the way around. But so if you go super spicy with this one, you know, like if you eat a chili, like I was saying earlier, and then you drink water, it makes it worse. But where cucumber's got such a high water content, like 80%, it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
Cheers.
Currently around 9 p.m. and we're kind of wrapping up our food tour of Chinatown and elsewhere in Bangkok with Gary. So obviously we've been going for about 4 hours now. We've had many, many memorable stops. Truly some of the most special Thai food that I've had in my life. Very unique curry, very special and memorable noodles, and fantastic pad thai. We just had some larb, which is a minced meat, and pork neck. So at the moment we're kind of wrapping up. We're on our way to a local pub to unwind with a cold sing or singha adult beverage. But I want to give a shout out to the Roman cook, Gary Butler, and thank him for what has been really a spectacular tour. I would highly recommend anyone coming to Bangkok, go on a tour with Gary. You're going to just have a fantastic time. You're going to have not only some really special, memorable food, you're going to go to some incredible places, and you're going to have an expert accompanying you along the way. You know, I realize this type of video is a little bit out of our traditional wheelhouse here, but from time to time we do post videos from our overseas travels, and we really hope that they bring something interesting into your life. Even if you personally never want to go to these places, maybe you might find it fun to eavesdrop and to travel vicariously with us, because that's kind of what the spirit of Long Long Honeymoon is all about. So I hope you've enjoyed this rather unusual food tour in Bangkok, Thailand. Until next time, I'm Sean, and yes, believe it or not, this is Long Long Honeymoon, where we say, lo loho guys. See you next time.